returns home to his alma mater.
Yeah, you know, it really does not get more Indiana than the coach that you're looking at right there. So much respect that I've got for Coach Woodson. You know, he's a basketball player there. He's a tremendous professional career. But above that, he's a tremendous individual as well. So really enjoying watching him. Hopefully, you know, we're going to see a great product on the floor from both teams. I know it's early again. Mistakes will be made, but we're certainly hoping to see a great basketball game today.
Tremendous energy inside the Food City Center for the first look at the Volunteers and the Hoosiers. Tennessee had its Market Square Madness. The Hoosiers had Hoosier Hysteria at Simon Scott Assembly Hall. But Thompson Bowling Arena, Food City Center, what a setting for this game.
Yeah, now that football's over. Oh, wait, I wasn't supposed to say that, right? We're getting down to basketball season. I know here at Rocky Top, you got 5 games left. Potential playoff berth maybe for the football team, but all eyes are focused right here squarely in the Food City Center.
Underway between Tennessee and Indiana. Zakai Ziegler finding Milicic. Igor Milicic, one of the new additions to the Tennessee roster. Meshack keeping it alive for the Vols. 5 in the shot clock. Ziegler with a fake. Aaron out on the 3. Here comes Indiana. Miles Rice getting the Hoosiers moving and a quick turnover.
Yeah, really good offensive sets by Tennessee there. I think if you're Coach Barnes, you want to see them be aggressive. They ran the great offense, but you also want to get the open shots.
Three goes in and out. Follow with a rebound. Basketball back to the Hoosiers.
This is what Indiana really wants to do here. They want to slow the tempo down, work it around the perimeter, and try to get the ball right there at the nail, the top of the key there to Oumar Ballo.
To renew, but poked away and taken away by the Volunteers. Akpara tipped away, and it'll still be Tennessee basketball going up against Oumar Ballo.
Really excited to see this. You know, being a 7-footer, man, I got to keep my eye on the interior, Roger. I mean, you can watch that perimeter stuff all you want, man, but I'm anxious to see Ballo and Akpara go after it.
Felix Akpara transferring to Tennessee from Ohio State. He blocked 82 shots last year. Expected to be a great rim protector. Off the back iron for Gainey. Hoosiers come up with it. Miles Rice quickly down the lane. Cannot score. More Tennessee defense.
Really like the push there by Indiana, though.
Scoreless in the first 2 minutes. Milicic. Can't connect, but an offensive rebound. Gainey. Won't connect there. These teams a little rusty to get this game going.
Both teams a little anxious. I think you're going to see a much cleaner basketball game when both teams settle down.
Meshack after the steal. Gainey's got it.
Really like what Gainey has done all offseason, really expanding his game. He's not just a threat on the perimeter. He can do the slash and dash there, which is what you just saw him do for 2.
Ziegler versus Miles. What a great point guard matchup in this contest. Ballo away from the basket. Lost his footing and trapped.
Well, if you're Tennessee, if you're Coach Barnes, you're very happy to see Oumar Ballo catch the ball that far away from the basket. You look here. You get your hands in the passing gaps. That's a deflection for Tennessee. They keep track of those stats. And you got it zooming, jetting, Gainey down the floor for the easy deuce.
First points for Jordan Gainey after averaging 6 points per game last year. Tennessee bringing off the bench Cade Phillips as well as Chaz Lanier, the transfer from North Florida.
Chaz Lanier, the highly coveted transfer from North Florida. Rick Barnes is really lucky to have him here on Rocky Top.
Chaz Lanier off the mark there, and Ballo with the rebound.
Like the aggression, though, by Chaz Lanier.
Rice nearly lost it, kept it alive, and scores the first 2 for Indiana.
Man, what a move. Terrific move.
Ziegler feeding Mashack. Ballo, the first 2 is a Hoosier.
Yeah, that's just too easy. You know, you're going to go high-low. Ballo is, that's where Indiana Coach Woodson wants him to catch that ball in the interior.
Quick steal. Mackenzie Mbako, the steal. Left that short, but there's Renew to clean it up.
Coach Barnes will not be happy that guys did not hustle back. This is a nice cut here. Now, youngsters at home, you lay the ball up off the glass at its highest point. And Oumar Ballo, if he catches the ball that deep, it's over.
Loose on the floor again, thanks to Rice. Here come the Hoosiers. Rice continues Indiana's run. 8 points in a flash for the Hoosiers.
Yeah, the Hoosiers, man. You know, Coach Barnes talked about the defensive intensity. They wanted to pick this game up, man. They wanted to make it just a slugfest. Play this game in a phone booth.
Chaz Lanier, his first Tennessee 3.
Well, that's what he does. He's instant offense. The kid is a knockdown shooter. That's why he was so highly coveted, man. Instant offense off the bench.
Rice getting past Ziegler, feeding Mbako. Off the iron with the tray. Tennessee, opportunity, only down by 3 in the early going. Lanier puts it up and draws the foul, and we will head to our first timeout at the Food City Center. An iconic matchup between the Hoosiers and the Vols.
Right? You know, the guys in ageless wonder, but man, you talk about, again, 2 iconic teams that are blue bloods in the game of basketball that are wearing these candy stripes, man, and it is spectacular. Absolutely beautiful.
Tennessee just 2 of 9 from the floor so far. Indiana 4 of 7. Both teams using some good defense to fuel the offense.
Yeah, and most importantly, Indiana has 7 rebounds total compared to 3. And you can really see what Tennessee's trying to do. They want to get up the floor. They want to shoot the 3, but they're 1 of 6, whereas Indiana wants to get the ball on the interior to their big guys and let them go to work.
Lanier fouled before he went to break. Goes 2 for 2 at the line. 1-point lead for Indiana. Here comes some full court pressure from the Vols. Gannon Carlisle, all Pac-12 freshman at Stanford last year. I think a transfer addition for IU. Malik Renew. Now Ballo with his back to the basket, one of the best in college basketball. Oumar Ballo. And down the hook shot.
Really good D by JP Estrella. You know that Oumar Ballo wants to go over that right shoulder and use the left.
Lanier from the free throw line won't go. Another tough rebound by Renew. Loose on the floor, picked up by Tennessee. Lanier with a fake. Mid-range won't go. Ball's trying to keep it alive, but it will be IU ball.
Hey, man, if you like it, shoot it. And that's what you're going to see from Chaz Lanier. Great hustle play by Jamal Mashack, giving his team an extra possession there.
He brings so much on the defensive end of the floor. His three-point shooting has been improved this preseason. Hoosiers quickly down floor. Carlisle follows the Hoosier.
Yeah, that's a great press breaker there. Tennessee again extending pressure, trying to speed up this game just a little bit. They want a frenetic pace.
Darlington Dubar getting some of his first minutes in a Tennessee uniform. Dubar leaves that short. The basketball to Indiana, also for Tennessee. JP Estrella getting his first minutes after he's been battling a left foot injury throughout the preseason. They have some limited minutes in this charity exhibition matchup with Indiana.
What tremendous help by Zakai Ziegler.
He's a pest, isn't he?
He is just an absolute nightmare.
Blocked away. There's JP.
just an absolute nightmare. He gets into the passing lane. He's like just a gnat that won't leave you alone at your uncle's family cookout, man. You know, you just swat him away, and it's there. But here, you talk about a tremendous pass. Oumar Ballo is going to do what he does best, and that's just flush. J.P. Estrella, you know, this is what he is going to give Tennessee in a backup role this year. Just hustle, he's going to block shots, and he is evolving more and more in terms of the maturation process on both ends of the floor.
4 inches taller than Luke Goody trying to inbound that ball for IU. Now Indiana will move Mackenzie Mbako to the baseline to try and get it past Estrella. Just got it into Renew. Shot clock winding down. Shot clock violation.
Hey, great move, though. I mean, yeah, Malik Renew, man, that is a tremendous move, man. Just a little jab step to the left, went baseline, and should have finished that.
Indiana basketball.
I think, you know, if you're Coach Barnes, you like that shot because, again, sometimes players will pass up a good shot to get a great shot and end up with a terrible shot. So you like the wide open look there.
Mbako to Goody, the Illinois transfer, one of their better three-point options. In the corner, Carlisle can't connect, and a foul.
Looks like that's going to be on J.P. Estrella, trying to gain an edge on the interior to box out. Good minutes, though, from J.P. Estrella. Coach Barnes has got to be happy.
Really came on strong last year in the NCAA tournament. Tough assignment with Zach Edey against Purdue in the Elite Eight. Held his own.
He did hold his own, and you know, that is going to earn you some extra playing time, but it also earns you some confidence going into the offseason. You know, he hasn't been the healthiest over the last offseason, the summer until now, so he's rounding into shapes. The more that you can get him some quick bursts in and out, the better off you're going to be.
Miles Rice flashing to the basket and scoring.
Miles Rice, man, quick move.
Then a quick steal and put it right back up. Play had not returned yet, but Rice fastest one on the floor right now, even for the officials.
I mean, Miles Rice was playing make it, take it, man. You know, I just made that layup. I'm going to take it back and put it in. Tremendous move there. Rejected the screen and went right to the basket. Tennessee's got to do a better job, man, of keeping their hands on the IU perimeter players.
For Indiana wanting to play with a faster pace, he is so key to their success this year.
He is.
Gainey down low, Milicic, despite contact, scores.
Yeah, played through that contact. I really like that the officials are letting them play right now. Play through that contact, get stronger, get tougher. Great cut by Igor Milicic.
Three-point Hoosier lead. There's the block by Felix. Basketball to Tennessee. Felix Okpara. Lanier. Off the mark from three. Hoosiers quickly down the floor.
Whoa.
More defense from the Vols. However, it looks like a goaltending will be called on Carr.
Goaltending's going to be called, but you like the hustle by Cameron Carr. The youngster, man, he's got puppies he can get up. But Indiana, man, they are in game. That still will earn him some playing time. And Khalil Ware, man, he's going to do the same thing. Great player is going to tear it up at the next level.
Yeah, both off to a great start in their NBA careers as both teams, Indiana and Tennessee, they're used to sending players to the next level, both starting the year with 7 players on opening day rosters.
Yeah, that just speaks to the amount of you know, players that both teams are employing right now. You know, people are still flocking to Indiana. Again, we talked about him being a blue blood, and Coach Barnes, you know, what more can you say about what he's done here at his time here at Tennessee?
5-point Hoosier advantage, Tennessee. So far, 3 of 16 from the floor. Trying to change that on an alley-oop. We're going to see a lot of that this year between Ziegler and Okpara. Goody and Mbako.
Got a mismatch on the interior there. Tennessee has switched it up.
Ballo versus Okpara. Feeding Goody. Short on the three. Goody fights his way in. More Tennessee defense. It'll stay IU ball.
Yeah, but you know, Coach Barnes is going to be livid with the fact that Igor contested the shot here, but did not box out as Goody was able to get to the basket and get another possession.
Quickly into Mbako. Okpara the rebound.
If there's a bugaboo for he is really going to add a presence, unlike Coach Woodson's had in his tenure at Indiana, man, he's going to do great things for them.
A lot of great matchups between Miles Rice and Ballo in the Pac-12. For more on that, we check in with Sarah Detweiler.
Yeah, exactly, Roger. Miles Rice played against Oumar Ballo in the Pac-12 while he was at Washington State. And at Big Ten Media Days, Miles said, hey, I'm just happy he's on our team now. He set screens like no other. He's relentless on the glass. You know, going from playing against him last year to having him on my team now, I'd much rather be on this side, I'm not going to lie.
Thank you, Sarah. Out of timeout. Tennessee couldn't connect there. Solid defense by Indiana as the Volunteers are having a tough time shooting it. 1 of 14 from three-point land. Meanwhile, Indiana 0 for 7. So these teams in October can't hit three-pointers just yet.
Yeah, 1 for 21, and now with that shot being blocked, you know, you 1 of 22 from the three-point line.
So the Hoosiers, knowing that, want to go inside to Ballo, but he couldn't connect. In and out.
That's the next evolution for Ballo, right? To go over the left shoulder with a soft right-hand touch.
4 minutes for J.P. Estrella with that rebound. Here's Lanier. For Indiana, Anthony Leal slow to his feet.
Yeah, you hope that Anthony Leal is okay. Got his feet crossed up just a little bit. Again, early season, those things happen. Got his feet tangled a little bit, went down.
Good to see him stay on the floor. Former Mr. Basketball in Indiana. Game winners against Ohio State and Penn State last year. Penn State was in the Big Ten tournament.
And he's one of those guys that Coach Woodson talked about, taking that next step, right? Taking a leadership role and making sure that Indiana gets to where they want to be in terms of, you know, growing during the season and getting to some postseason play.
Estrella away from the basket, trying to keep up with Kaden Carlisle.
Hedging on that screen. You know, this game on both sides, you look for both teams to really hedge hard on ball screens and make it difficult for guards to turn the corner.
Should note as well, Indiana without Ja'Kai Newton, Bryson Tucker, a talented freshman, and then Trey Galloway, team captain from last year, all unavailable for today's matchup in Knoxville. Meshack sparking the Tennessee defense. Here come the Vols.
That's just what he does, man. Indiana playing really gap heavy with those ball screens.
Zakai Ziegler gives Tennessee the lead.
What you knew was just a matter of time because he's too good of a shooter. Chaz Lanier is too good of a shooter. Gainey is too good of a shooter to shoot the way that they've been shooting at this paltry, putrid clip.
Back-to-back three-pointers. Vols with the last 6 points. Hoosiers haven't connected from beyond the arc either. Here's a steal. Guess who? Zakai Ziegler.
Oh!
To Lanier. The high-flying Vols.
Look out now. Look out. If Chaz Lanier can catch those, you better look out.
More tight defense. Mike Woodson calls timeout.
Listen to this crowd. This is what Tennessee basketball is. Play tough defense on the interior and on the perimeter and turn you over and finish on the other end. look at this right here. Just throwing it up. Man, I'm looking for Felix Akpara to run the floor. This is Chaz Lanier running the floor. You throw it up, I can go and get it and put it down.
And he's a deadly three-point shooter.
Now, if you look at Mike Woodson, you like what you've seen thus far, but right now, you need something in terms of offensively. Get that ball back on the interior to Oumar Ballo. Let him go to work because you've gone on a bit of a drought on the perimeter yourself. So look for him to draw up something, try to get the ball on the interior, and get an easy look at the basket.
Chaz Lanier, first team All-ASUN at UNF, averaged 19 points per game. You know, last season he had 20 dunks, also made 93 pointers. Only one other player in college basketball did that. Do you know who?
I don't know.
Dalton Knecht.
You know, they love Dalton Knecht so much around here that we're having a bit of an issue here in terms of stats, and they've still got Dalton Knecht's last stats up here from the very last game here at the Thompson-Boling Arena Food City Center, where he put up 40.
40 against Kentucky in a whale of a ball game that Tennessee nearly came back and won. A lot of energy in these last few minutes for the Vols. Building up a three-point lead. Let's see how Indiana responds following the timeout.
It's just a nightmare here with Zakai Zeigler. I mean, it's just tough.
8-0 run for Tennessee. The Hoosiers haven't scored in 3.5 minutes. Ballo looking for help.
Wow.
Pat Adams says, IU ball.
I don't know. I'm not sure about this one. Great cross-court look. Gainey gets a fingertip on it. And it may have gone off of Gainey. We can't tell there. We can't tell. Pat Adams is a seasoned official and gets the call right most of the time.
Pat Adams, along with Terry Oglesby, Jeff Hartness, our officials for today. Rick Barnes loves exhibition games to get his teams ready, but he also loves it for the officials to kind of get them in season mindset. More solid Tennessee defense.
Another shot clock violation. Everything that Indiana is doing right now is struggling, right? You know, they're having trouble bringing the ball up the floor. Tennessee has really ratcheted the amount of pressure that they have put on Indiana, just making every pass difficult, every shot difficult as well.
8-0 Tennessee run to grab the lead. Lanier gets the screen. Can't hit on the triple. Renew with the rebound.
Yeah, I think Lanier wants to get a foul call there on the arm.
To Ballo, two-hand jam.
Yeah, that's that deep, deep interior catch there that he wants, and he's going to turn over either shoulder. This is the bugaboo that Tennessee basketball had last year, where they really got pushed around on the interior, and Oumar Ballo is the type of guy that can do it again.
Gainey with the turnaround, won't go.
Great cut by Gainey.
Renew. Felt the pressure from Mashack. Mashack with a foul.
Good spin move by Renew there. But you look at this interior catch there. Sealed off Akpara, and it was just that easy. He's too big, too strong.
Played at Arizona, of course, last year and last 2 seasons. Back-to-back all Pac-12 selection. He played in a fast-paced style there with the Wildcats, so this is nothing new for him with the Hoosiers.
No, I mean, you talk about a guy that shoots it and fills it up. Caleb Love, man, he's, just lightning in a bottle there.
Renew too strong that time. This will go the other way.
But you see a concerted effort by Coach Woodson. We talked about that. Look at the number of shots that they're getting on the interior the last 3 possessions.
Time called to give Jordan Gainey just a minute in. See a technical foul.
Whoa. interesting to see what happened there. I know that Gainey was trying to come off the screen there, and looked like he got just clipped in the midsection.
Mackenzie Mbako of Indiana.
You know, again, we understand that this is an exhibition matchup, but if you didn't know any better, Roger, you would think that this is a potential second weekend NCAA postseason matchup.
Gainey with the free throws for the Vols. Buries them both.
Whatever the case is, Coach Woodson is not happy about it.
Vaca still trying to plead his case as well as it stays in the ball game. Cameron Carr with the inbounds pass for Tennessee. Cameron Carr. In and out, Ballo with the board.
Man, that's a tough rebound by Ballo. He was actually boxed out and reached over Akpara, who has got length and still got the rebound.
Renew finding Carlisle. Cade Phillips the rebound.
Carlisle, that was a great look, great offensive set.
Cameron Carr off the rim. IU ball with Carlisle. It's good options on the fast break. Carlisle will take it himself.
Carlisle, that's a good jump stop. Good jump stop there by Carlisle.
And a technical foul called on it. Looks like Caden Carlisle as well.
Wow. You talk about the intensity being ratcheted up here.
This is only October.
And again, we don't know what happened there. I assume that the first time there was a delay of game on Indiana for touching the ball after it had gone through. And if you do that again, that is a technical foul.
I believe one as well on Zakai Ziegler. So we'll sort everything out coming up in just a moment. It's the Volunteers and the Hoosiers in an entertaining matchup in Knoxville. Welcome back to Knoxville, where it has been entertaining, especially in those last 5 minutes, with a technical foul called first on Mackenzie Mbako, and then still trying to get some explanation on, Steve, what we just saw here between Carlisle and Zakai Ziegler.
Yeah, I think that if you're really looking at it, if there's anything that should have been done, I think the right call was made against Zakai Ziegler there for tossing the ball back. So through no fault of what Indiana did, I think there should have been a singular technical foul. Also, at this point in the season, it's a play on.
So it is recorded in the official stats, offsetting technical fouls on Zakai Ziegler as well as Caden Carlisle of Indiana. Again, these teams are playing with a lot of emotion and not treating this like an exhibition matchup at all, and that's what we expected, SEC versus Big Ten.
Yeah, you know it was going to be tough-nosed physicality in terms of every aspect of the basketball game. But I think the officials really want to keep this thing under control. They want a controlled environment, and Tennessee and Indiana have really got to acclimate, assimilate, and adjust.
So after all of that, a 1-point Tennessee advantage. Vols going a little bit cold again from the floor, have misfired on their last 4 shots. Back underway. 1-point ball game in Knoxville just before halftime. Phillips, Akpara, see what he's trying to do, but there was Ballo.
Yeah, that was good defense there, and I don't think that was the type of pass that Coach Barnes wanted. That's contested, it's tough, and it's hard to get those when you've got that type of size that Indiana has.
Rice swings it out to Carlisle. Off the iron on 3, tough defensive rebound, Phillips.
Indiana really scuffling from the three-point line.
Rice and Ziegler get tangled up. Rice called for the foul.
But if you're a competitor competitor, you love this, Roger. You love the fact that the officials are letting you play a little bit. Mid-season form, man, get after one another. Iron strengthens, sharpens iron. And this is what you're going to get from these two teams.
Active hands in Baco. It'll stay with Tennessee.
Even those entry passes like that. If you're Cameron Carr, you got to catch it. Again, two hands, be strong with it.
Okpara against Ballo. What a battle. Felix Okpara and one.
That's what Tennessee needed right there. That interior presence that is not going to be knocked off his spot. Now, you look at this replay here. Look at where he catches the ball. Right there on the block. One crab dribble there. Go over that right shoulder with a soft touch from the left. Finish over Umar Ballo.
Coach Barnes really praised how Felix played against Davidson in that close scrimmage. Got better as the game went along, and also just gives Tennessee something they haven't necessarily had in the last few years.
Yeah, it gives them a sense of physicality and toughness.
Hoosiers trying to pick it up offensively. Still have not connected on a three-pointer. 0 of 9 from deep. Point of emphasis for IU this year. Like Renew can get inside. Got tangled up, and Phillips will be called for the foul.
Really like Renew's game, man. Can use the ball, both hands, dribble drive, straight line to the basket, and force the action. When you're scuffling from the perimeter, man, you want to get to the basket and force the action.
I beg your pardon, the foul was on Jordan Gainey of Tennessee. Renew, all Big Ten honorable mention last year, averaged career best 15.4 points per game. Just kept getting better as the year went along. Leading the way with 7 points for Indiana. He and Ballo on the floor at the same time.
Yeah, you know, it's going to be a matchup nightmare for a lot of teams in the Big Ten. And there's a reason why they were picked to finish in the preseason third. And you know, I think that's probably too low.
Cameron Carr flying in for the board. 3-point game, 2 minutes to go until halftime. Okpara again.
Well, what's good for you is good for me. Felix Okpara said, man, let me set up camp right there in that semicircle, turn around over the left shoulder. Soft right touch to put it in.
5-point Tennessee advantage. Now Ballo versus Okpara on the other end. Finding it, Baco, but here comes Cade Phillips.
Cade Phillips, welcome to the block party.
Phillips wanted to finish it, just couldn't connect to the rim, but
yeah,
what a sequence.
I think he got caught in between. Do I dunk this or do I lay it up?
Rice can't connect on the three. Up and down we go. The alley-oop just off target. That'll come as we get closer to the season starting. Rice going up high and scoring.
Again, you look at that finish. Way up high off of the glass. The top of the block is where you want to shoot it.
Zakai Ziegler pushed off.
You look at the last two possessions by Tennessee. Should have had a layup. You had a block on one end by Cade Phillips, and he got kind of caught in between. And then on the next possession, Cade Phillips is streaking the floor, but the timing early season is just not quite there for Zakai. Now, in the months to come, that'll be a flush and a finish.
Indiana can still not connect from beyond the arc now. 0 for 11 from three-point land.
Yeah, if there's one thing that's going to drag them down this year, you've got to be able to shoot consistently in today's game well from beyond the arc. And that you talked about that a little bit ago, that they rank consistently towards the bottom part in terms of efficiency from the three-point line last year.
Shot clock and game clock winding down. Zakai Ziegler forced that pass inside. IU ball, 3 seconds left. Miles Rice fouled before the buzzer.
Yeah, they're going to shoot 2.
Chance for Indiana to cut into a 3-point deficit.
Yeah, so if you're Tennessee there, that's a tough little pass there, bounce pass to Jamon Meshack. And then you really compound it by getting the foul down here on this end, giving Indiana a chance to really, cut this lead to 1.
Miles Rice already 8 points in his Indiana debut, the transfer from Washington State. Rick Barnes getting explanation on that foul on Gainey. That was the second foul Jordan Gainey in this first half. .1 of a second on the clock.
About as close as you can get it.
Rice knocks down the first. Rice has some traits very similar to Allen Iverson, according to Mike Woodson, and Mike Woodson would know. He was an assistant with the Philadelphia 76ers during AI's dominant years in Philly.
Yeah, and if you're comparing him to AI, man, you better look out. There's good things coming.
First half comes to a close. A 1-point game between Indiana and Tennessee. These very evenly matched teams. Let's check in with Sarah.
Coach, what are your thoughts in the first half so far?
I can't hear you.
What are your thoughts in the first half so far?
Well, we were wide open shots, but again, we just didn't do what we wanted to do in terms of getting paint touches first and kicking out. But defensively is what kept us where we needed to be. And to be honest with you, that's the whole thing I talked about coming into this game. But we just, again, the shots were there. We talked about taking shots when we're open, but we missed some that we know that we think we're going to make. But we got to get smarter. We make too many plays. Zakai's too good a player to make the mistakes that he made.
Thank you.
Okay.
All gas, no breaks. Offensively, he wants the guards to clean up things so that they're able to get into a rhythm offensively.
Thank you, Sarah. Mike Woodson's Hoosiers again made it to the NCAA tournament. His first 2 years returning home to Bloomington. Missed out last year on the postseason, going 19-14 and 10-10 in Big Ten play, and he has really revamped the roster. The same can be said for Tennessee, even coming off an Elite 8 year. Yeah,
coming off an Elite 8 year with a chance to go to the Final Four, were it not for the unanimous Player of the Year in Zach Edey. And if you're Indiana, man, there won't be too many times where they'll go times without going to the SEC or to the NCAA tournament.
Hoosier basketball as we start the second half in Knoxville. The iconic cream and crimson against the orange and white of Tennessee.
Looks like it's going to be an offensive foul on Indiana.
First foul on Malik Renew in this game. 7 points, 7 rebounds for Renew. Jordan Gainey, leading scorer with 9 points for the Volunteers in the first half. Jamon Meshack denied by Ballo and Renew, but Milicic gets it back.
Hey, man, block party is good on both ends.
Igor got it.
Yeah, that's what Igor does, man. Igor is going to be that guy that just is sneakily good, man, that can score with either hand, soft touch around the basket.
Reach and foul on Tennessee.
Here in the second half, I think it's just going to be a matter of who can settle in fastest. I think, the team that settles in, that gets some consistency from the offensive end while still upholding the standard on the defensive end is probably going to walk out of here with a W.
Kenzie Mbako trying to get it past Felix Okpara, excuse me. From Carlisle, a three, the first of the game for the Hoosiers.
That's what Indiana needed, a knockdown shooter.
Milicic with the fake, and he scores. First 4 points in the second half belong to Igor Milicic.
Yeah, really needed that from Igor. You know, head and shoulders fake. He's known as a three-point shooter coming in from UNC Charlotte. That's what he hangs his hat on, but he can also get to the 10 and finish.
Ballo too strong. Renew with the offensive rebound. Five in the shot clock. Rice. Blocked away. Igor. There will be a foul called.
Now, it looks like that foul is going to be on Felix Okpara here.
Felix Okpara, his second, team second.
Milicic taking over to begin this second half.
Yeah, he is. Maybe got away with a little, well, I guess he didn't get away with a hip check there. Game is being called a little tighter than it was in the first half.
The coaches want that, or they want it a little more loose? Again, they like having officials in a setting like this trying to get their teams ready for the year.
Yeah, you know, we talked about this with Coach Barnes. You know, the players need this early season play against tough competition, and the officials need it too. So I think this works well with both teams. This is, again, like a mid-season matchup here where both teams are trying to get off the schneid.
Even at 30 between Tennessee and Indiana. Gainey. Got it.
That's good screen action. Great down screen to get Gainey open. And more times than not, Gainey's going to knock it down when he gets those puppies set.
Rice right to the basket.
Yeah, man, Felix is looking for some help there, but Rice, once he gets downhill, he's hard to stop.
Okpara against Ballo. Left hand, left it short. It will be Indiana basketball.
It's great defense by Oumar Ballo. And you look here, good jam down screen by Felix Okpara to spring him open. But right here, little crossover dribble, and you blow by the help side defense by Felix Okpara. That's just too easy.
Mbako contested, left it short. Jamai Mason and one.
That's the early offense that Tennessee wants to get. They want to get out in transition, look for those easy buckets. Zakai Ziegler, ever wanting to pass the ball ahead. Jamai Mason running in the passing lane there, catching it and finishing it.
First points of the day for Jamai Mashak. 4-point Tennessee lead. Corner three, Mbako,
great corner three, great passing. Had Tennessee defense in rotation there. Great passing leads to an open three.
Zakai Ziegler.
Both teams heating up. Forget everything that we said at halftime about missing those threes because both teams are now heating up.
Hoosiers with Ballo.
Oh!
Denied, Okpara.
I would dare say Umar Ballo doesn't see that shot come back to him that many times.
And Mbako got some separation and connects.
Hey, man, sometimes when the offense breaks down, you just need man on man. I'm better than you, and I'm going to get 2 points any way that I can.
Deflected out of play. These teams stepping up the...
Bring that onto the court no matter the situation. You know, guys, his story is really incredible. To even be able to return to the court last season, let alone be named the Pac-12 Freshman of the Year. It's just truly remarkable.
It really is a great story of perseverance for Myles Rice, and Mike Woodson loves what he brings to the floor as a basketball player, but even more to the locker room as a person.
Yeah, even more in the locker room as a person, but it's one thing to come back, right? To come back and you be a shell of yourself, right? But then you come back as an all-conference performer and you play at an elite level and you're expected to play as an all-conference performer in your new conference now. So he is doing wonderful things. Kudos for him, man. Great young man.
Leading the way with 14 points, 2 assists, 1 rebound already in this game. Foul on Estrella, who has played limited minutes for the Volunteers, but 3 fouls. He's had a tough whistle at times as he is slowly working his way back to being fully healthy.
Yeah, he's just been, hampered just a little bit by some nagging injuries. Nothing that he can't overcome, but it's just set him back a little bit in terms of his pace.
Renew gets that to go.
Man, sweeping left hand by Renew. Great shot.
Hoosiers make it a 2-point game. Foul on Renew.
Fouls on Malik Renew, his second, team third.
You talk about the first half shooting. It was not very good as what you expect. But again, both teams are settling in. And now they're shooting, at a clip of 57% if you're Indiana and 75% for Tennessee.
Zakai Ziegler with a hand in his face. Left it a little short. Jaz Lanier getting some of his first minutes in the second half.
Yeah, it barely grazed the rim there. Almost got a piece, I think.
Jaz Lanier got downhill and a foul call.
This is when the play breaks down. He's got a big body, broad-shouldered, and can muscle his way to the basket. 50-50 call there definitely went the way of Tennessee. And again, the officials are drawing the ire of Coach Woodson.
Foul on Renew. Near misfires there, and Mbako picks up the rebound for Indiana as Myles Rice had to quickly run back to the end of the Indiana bench for some treatment. Gabe Cupps back in the ball game, sophomore out of Dayton, Ohio. And Mbako against Lanier. Give it to him.
Like that, like the step back from Mbako.
Balls quickly down the floor. Meshack inside. Estrella draws the foul.
This is what Estrella needed. Estrella needed to get something easy, get something going to the free throw line, finally had a call go his way. But going back on the other end, man, Mbako really did a good job of getting to his spot, not being, quickened, took his time, and that was a knockdown shot.
Estrella shooting 2.
Goody back in for Indiana, the transfer from Illinois. One of their top 3-point options, especially off the bench this year.
Goody is one of those guys, again, that Coach Woodson needs to come in and really
make some threes to make the defenses, particularly in the Big Ten, play honestly, because they're going to really try to get the ball in the interior, play tough, physical brand of basketball. Need some shooters.
Carlisle, despite the hand in his face, put it up, and the Tennessee Vols will quickly get back down the floor, trying to build a 1-point lead.
Don't really like that shot from Carlisle.
Here's Jemai Mashack with the three.
We've heard that Jemai Mashack over the summer shot upwards of 8,000 threes. And you see the effects, right? He has worked so hard. He's worked tirelessly to be able to knock down those open threes.
And Baco's open. He collects.
Man, both teams are really stroking it right now.
More of the game we expected between Tennessee and Indiana. His three-pointer just short from Jordan Gainey. Hot stretch for the Hoosiers, hitting 4 of their last 5. Fight! The ball.
Really like that shot, though. Really like it. Good move.
Chaz Lanier couldn't get the roll. Coming out with the basketball, Gabe Cupps.
He's really struggled to shoot the ball today. Gave him a quick burst from a three, but really struggled to shoot the ball.
And Baco. Tight defense by Mashack. Estrella with the rebound. Lanier won't miss this time.
Hey, forget what I just said. Let the young man shoot it. Good offense, though. You got Zakai Ziegler that really probes the interior, kicks it out for a wide open shot.
Gabe Cupps driving at the basketball, draws the foul. A 4-point game, Jemai Mashack.
Over the last several years, especially under Coach Barnes, 2 guys come to mind, right? Jemai Mashack and Zakai Ziegler that are going to give you that toughness. They're going to represent the program in a great way. Both of those guys, outstanding GPAs. They do it in the classroom and they do it on the court. Jemai Mashack epitomizes Tennessee basketball with everything that he does.
Speaking of leadership, he is the chair of the SEC Men's Basketball Leadership Council for this year. It's his 3rd year as Tennessee's rep on that council, but now gets to lead that for all of men's basketball. Been involved with the Vol Leaders Academy as well. And for more on Jemai, we'll check in again with Sarah.
Well, at SEC Media Days, Coach Barnes said Jemai never got the credit he deserved last season. If you're only looking at the stats, you're seeing the steals and blocks, but you're missing all that he does guarding the ball or bringing the defense together. He said along with Zakai, those 2 guys both take great pride in wanting to be defensive players. He said that is an example of a guy being a star in his role and embracing it. Ultimately, he said Jemai does what he does to impact the game in a very special way.
And really the formula now in college basketball, you need some veteran leaders on your team. Of course, you got to use the transfer portal well, pick up the key players that you can, but teams that are going deep in the NCAA tournament now have players like Ziegler and Mashack.
Yeah, you have to have that, right? You have to have leaders that are going to do it the right way. And again, look, we can talk about NIL, we can talk about transfer portal ad nauseum. The toothpaste is out of the tube, right? When you got a guy that comes into your program, you want him to acclimate and assimilate pretty quickly, and you want to set a standard, and those guys set the standard for Tennessee basketball.
Tennessee trying to build on a 2-point lead. Phillips puts it home.
Yeah, not a great pass from Zakai Ziegler, but great adjustment by Cade Phillips. He is one of those guys, Roger, that is looking to really emerge and carve out some meaningful playing time by just playing hard.
Miles Rice back in the game after briefly going back to the locker room for treatment. Ball Vols to a 4-point lead.
Yeah, great pass. Not a great pass here, but great hands by Cade Phillips to finish that.
Played 9 of the first 13 games last year, had 18 rebounds during his 78 minutes on the floor. Into Luke Goody, feeding Hatton. Won't go.
Yeah, he's got to be able to finish that.
Cameron Carr had his pass tipped. He'll stay with the Vols. Mackenzie Mbako right there for Indiana.
Yeah, and Coach Barnes is going to talk to Cam Carr about that. Just make the easy pass here. Catch it, make the easy pass.
Keys to get on the floor early in your career for Rick Barnes. Take care of the basketball and defend.
Yeah, and not necessarily in that order. You may need to just play good, solid defense, then take care of the basketball. The shooting will take care of itself.
A lot of contact before the inbounds pass came in. Pat Adams with the call. Gabe Cupps called for the foul for Indiana. And for Gabe Cupps, that is adding up. That is now 4 fouls during his time on the floor.
Yeah, and again, this game is being called a little bit differently if you're Coach Woodson and Coach Barnes from the second half to the first half.
As that sends Zakai Ziegler to the free throw line. IU has put Tennessee in the bonus. Run into the 1-and-1, knocked down by Ziegler. 7 points. Going to play in what is his senior year for the Volunteers. Defensive Player of the Year in the SEC last year, and Coach Barnes just talking about one of the most unselfish players he has ever coached, Zakai Ziegler.
Just an incredible young man that wasn't highly recruited coming out of high school, flew under the radar, and just is really making a name for himself by being tough-minded, doing everything the right way for Tennessee basketball.
Rice keeping this possession alive. So is Hatton. Hoosiers will recycle the basketball. Rice with the baseline jumper. He deserved that after what he just did along the baseline.
Yeah, Rice again. Great player.
Cameron Carr trying to feed Okpara, but a turnover. Here comes Indiana. Mbako attacking the paint and scoring. Mackenzie Mbako heating up.
Yeah, Mackenzie Mbako again going strong to the basket. Just a straight line drive.
Tennessee getting a sub in as Mike Woodson took his time getting the basketball back to Pat Adams.
Bishop Boswell.
Straight line drive to the basket. You know, if you're Tennessee, you cannot allow those. Got to cut him off, make him pass that.
Big Ten co-freshman of the year last year, now up to 12 points in this game against Tennessee. Ziegler fighting in, doesn't score, but draws the foul.
That's what Zakai Ziegler does so well, right? Saw the advantage, got the angle, and just went around. Not an intentional screen there by Felix Okpara, but just more of a natural screen. Gives Zakai Ziegler a chance to knock 2 down from the charity stripe.
Last year at this time, we were just talking about Zakai Ziegler returning from that ACL injury, and he was able to return to the floor much faster than anyone anticipated.
Yeah, it really blew me away in terms of how quickly he came back. But I just remember seeing him just a couple of weeks, a month after he tore his ACL, just getting some shots up just with one leg, and it just kind of went on from there. So he did a marvelous job of rehabbing and getting himself back ready to play.
Check in with Sarah.
Well, again, at SEC Media Days, Coach Barnes said, I can truly stand up here all day and talk about Zakai Ziegler. He is the most selfless guy I have met in my whole life. And not a coach in the country would not want to coach him and be around him every single day. He brings max effort, never complains, and is the most consistent. He even laughed and said, thinking about his freshman season, I wanted to redshirt him, but after week 1 of practice, I knew we couldn't. He's a guy that truly wants to win at the highest level every single time he steps out onto the court, guys.
That's what Zakai does. You know, Sarah intimated that, you know, he wants to win in everything that he does, and that's why he caught the attention last second, you know, down at the Peach Jam. His time was running out. He caught the attention of Coach Barnes, and Coach Barnes said, I got to get this guy. And he challenged Kennedy Chandler. You know, Kennedy Chandler, a great basketball player in his own right, but he challenged him each and every day.
Bishop Boswell getting some minutes for Tennessee. Ziegler quickly down the floor. It's Lanier. Off the mark from three. Still be Tennessee basketball.
Yeah, credit that to Felix Akpara because he just did not quit. You know, he was being boxed out by Umar Ballo, but he didn't quit. And he forced Umar Ballo to tap the ball out of bounds.
Malik Renew back in the floor, just as Umar Ballo is back in the floor for Indiana. So they went small for a little bit, but now they've got the size.
And it's a choice that Coach Woodson can play with this year. He can play small. He can play big.
Goody with a rebound after Zakai Ziegler missed three-pointer. Opportunity for the Hoosiers down 4. 8 minutes left to go in this charity exhibition. Tight defense by Darlinstone Dubar for Tennessee, leading to the foul. And that'll take us to our next time out on the floor with the Vols still nursing a 4-point lead over Indiana. Today benefiting the McClendon Foundation here in Knoxville. But I mean, Big Ten versus SEC, these are the kind of matchups we need to see more in college basketball.
You do, and there's no reason why these two brands should never have played up until today at each other's venues. You know, this should be a once every 5-year thing, man, where Tennessee goes up to Bloomington and plays in that historic building and have Indiana come back down here and return the favor.
Luke Goody with the inbounds pass, trying to get it past Akpara. That's tough to do. He'll find Balla. Miles Rice leading the way with 16 points. Feeding Ballo. Tennessee with Dubar, tight defense. Got it back for the Vols.
Great defense by D. Stone.
The shot clock. Chaz Lanier can't connect on the mid-range jumper.
Well, this is the first time that you've seen some extended time without Tennessee's tough guy, their leader, Zakai Ziegler, being on the bench. So who's going to run that backup point guard role? Will it be someone like a Bishop Boswell or a Gainey or a Chaz Lanier? Great interior pass there.
Dubar called for the foul for Tennessee, picking up his second foul. And in Carlisle, another three-point threat for the Hoosiers back in the game. Placing the hometown product, Anthony Leal. Tennessee will also bring back in Igor Milicic Jr. Transferred from Charlotte, also had time in his career at Virginia. Native of Croatia, playing for the Volunteers. IU trying to break a 2.5-minute scoring drought. Renew will at the free throw line, knocking down the front end of a 1-and-1.
Malik Renew has really had a good game. You know, he shot the ball well, played over 24 minutes today, 4 of 6, got to the free throw line, 8 rebounds. Really, really skilled player. Somebody like that, you know, Coach Woodson's going to count on for the entirety of the year.
Now in double figures with 11 points, also has 8 rebounds in this contest. Akpara versus Ballo. Left hand won't go. Goody flies in for the rebound.
I like the offense, though. Like the offense.
Opportunity for Indiana. Last led at 16-14 in the first half. Rice, the extra pass. Pays off! Renew with the three. Hoosiers in front.
Yeah, we're just talking about Renew, man. He's that guy that's been, kind of carrying the water for Indiana.
Misconnection and a steal. Miles Rice to Renew. Missed the jam. Carlisle feeds Renew, and that'll be goaltend.
Indiana really picking up the pace there and taking it to Tennessee right now. Giving some of Tennessee's medicine right back to them with the steal. Great pass here. You're oftentimes you're taught not to jump, with the exception of just shooting the basketball. But he was bailed out, found Renew on the perimeter, and a great knockdown three.
And if he's scoring from the perimeter, that opens so much up for this offense.
It really does.
It's Kai Ziegler back in the game for the Volunteers.
Indiana on a 7-0 run right here. Tennessee is really scuffling again, trying to put the ball in the basket.
Vols have missed their last 4 shots from the floor, a scoring drought of Carlisle now feeling great. Stick in there on this defensive possession. Milicic to the paint. Floats it up. Won't go, but Okparo the rebound.
That's what Okparo is going to get you. But that's a shot clock violation. Okparo's got to be cognizant of the fact that if you grab the rebound, that was an air ball, you got to be able to put it up.
Tight defense by the Hoosiers, holding the Volunteers off the scoreboard. Nearly a turnover. Hoosiers in the midst of a 7-0 run. Their fans that have made the trip from Indiana down to Knoxville making some noise here on Tennessee's home floor.
Yeah, great amount of red in this building. I never dreamed that there would be this amount of red in the building, but they have traveled well.
Ballo in the orange paints. To Goody. In and out. Here comes Tennessee.
It's a good pass by Ballo. Goody's got to be able to knock down that jumper. If you're Tennessee, Roger, go back to last year. You had the Superman who put on the cape, Dalton Connect. All else fails, get the ball into his hands. Who is that guy this year for Tennessee?
How about Zakai Ziegler? Off the mark from 3, and the Hoosiers will have it back.
Yeah. Again, Indiana playing great defense, forcing another errant shot by Tennessee.
Not just the missed shots, but the turnovers as well on Tennessee. 3 in the last 4 minutes. Goody trying to get it in. Wisely calls the timeout. Mike Woodson was on top of it as well from the Indiana bench. But the Hoosiers in their best stretch of this ballgame, a 7-0 run to take the lead over these last 2 minutes. We have 4:27 still to go in Knoxville. Hoosiers by 3. The fans making a lot of noise. Volunteer student section getting fired up. The Rocky Top Rowdies spurred Tennessee to a comeback in a charity exhibition matchup. Volunteers went through something similar like this a year ago on the road at the Breslin Center in East Lansing, Michigan. Had a last-second victory against Michigan State in a packed place, and it was a great experience for Dalton Connect, especially as he learned to gel with this Tennessee team.
Yeah, and the story goes that Dalton Connect wasn't even supposed to start in that game because Coach Barnes did not like his the intensity in terms of what Dalton Connect did on the defensive end, so he wasn't going to start him. He's going to prove a point and say, you're going to sit on the bench. Well, so, Santiago Vescovi had a death in his family. That inserted Dalton Connect into
the Tennessee history books with him coming in and just having a breakout game for Tennessee Volunteers.
Star is born and led for him being the SEC Player of the Year and a first-round draft pick. We'll see who emerges for the Hoosiers and the Vols in these final 4 minutes, 27 seconds. Full court pressure from Tennessee. Renew gets it into Goody. Tight defense by Meshack. Renew showing off his speed. Foul called. Hoosiers won a goaltending, but the whistle before the ball went up.
Yeah, that's going to be an and one. And that started by poor defense from Igor Milicic. He's playing trail man the entire way, and that ball is definitely on the way down. They're going to go and look at this, but I think that call is going to stand.
Felix Okpara, his fourth.
Okpara picking up his fourth foul for Tennessee. First official review we've seen so far in this ball game. Up in Knoxville, Malik Renew just scored a foul called on Tennessee's Felix Okpara at goaltend as well, as they had a video review and the call was confirmed.
Yeah, I think it's definitely the right call. You know, you like the effort by Felix Okpara to wipe that away. But, you know, again, it's bad defense that Tennessee's playing right now. Offensively, Indiana is just really taking it to them, getting them all out of sorts and getting the shots that they want. Conversely, on the other end, Tennessee's just gone ice cold. You know, you look right now, they haven't scored in just about, what is that, 5 minutes?
Ball is confirmed for goaltending. Shoot one shot. We got a new system over here called Hawkeye. It's not TV sport. The SEC is using Hawkeye. So, new technology that we're all learning.
One of the officials came to us and talked about the Hawkeye video review that is new for this year, no longer the DV Sport technology, but taking a look at that last play as we get set for the and one for Malik Renew.
Definitely the right call. Ball was on its trajectory down.
Renew especially taking over in this game for Indiana as he has 18 points. Top scorer for the Indiana Hoosiers. Points in the second half for Renew. All Big Ten honorable mention a year ago, averaging 15 points per game, 6 rebounds per contest. Hit a key three-pointer as well that has helped Indiana in this second half. The and one is good. 10-0 Indiana run.
Who's going to be the guy that wants to knock down the shot here for Tennessee? When you're struggling, you need someone to shoot it confidently and in rhythm. Who's going to be that guy?
Tennessee missing its last 6 shots from the floor. Meshack breaks the scoring drought, cuts the lead in half.
Tennessee really needed that. And again, Meshack has worked that all summer long. You know, shooting upwards of 8,000 threes in order to put himself in a position to be counted on to knock down a big three like that.
Follow away from the basket, had tight defense by Okpara. Miles Rice couldn't get the answer. Basketball to Tennessee.
Good box out there by Felix Okpara and Oumar Ballo. Man, I really love that battle with these guys today. The physicality that both of these young men bring is phenomenal.
Second made three by Meshack in this game. Igor Milicic Jr. inbounds for Tennessee. Meshack attacking. Putted through traffic, just couldn't finish.
Great attempt there. The reversal just did everything but knock down that layup.
Hoosier ball up 3. It's getting louder and louder at the Food City Center. Renew spins around. Left it short. Okpara the rebound.
Great set. Little
post-to-post action.
Akpara inside. The whistle. It'll be a 1-and-1.
Really like that from Akpara. You look here. Good, tough, strong rebound by Felix Akpara. Great box out and a great seal here. Work Umar Ballo up the paint just a little bit to create a better angle from Zakai Ziegler. Great pass, and it leads to 2 free throws. Oh, I'm sorry, 1-and-1.
9 fouls in Indiana, 8 on Tennessee. Missing the front end, but the offensive rebound, Jemai Mashack. Another opportunity for the Vols. Shot clock winding down. Zakai Ziegler just short on the 3. Milicic fighting for the board and a foul.
That's what you're looking for from Igor Milicic. He's not just the guy to stand around the perimeter to shoot the 3-pointers. That's what he's known for. But he can get in the mix there and make some tough rebounds there. Bring it down, get yourself a chance to get to the free throw line and knock these down.
Milicic at the line for the Vols. Makes the first. Outstanding shooter in his career at Charlotte, where he averaged 12 points per game. One-point game.
Tennessee has answered the bell. Just when you were just about to give them a 10-second count, Roger, they've answered the bell. Now this raucous crowd is feeling it.
Zakai Ziegler swatted at the basketball. Rice still has it. Rice driving. Works it out to the right side. Rice. Got it to go.
The dagger from Rice. Great shot.
Tennessee quickly down the floor, down 3, a minute and a half to play. Mashack fights in. Back to Ziegler. Foul called on the perimeter.
Ziegler didn't settle for the 3-pointer. Tried to get to the basket, and because of that, he's going to go to the line, shooting 2 free throws. But back on the other end, man, you talk about cold-blooded. Crowd is in full throat. I'm going to tell you to shush because I'm going to knock mine down.
Foul on Carlisle, sending Ziegler to the line. Ball's down 3. Now 2.
You got to think, Roger, Coach Barnes and Coach Woodson wouldn't have wanted it any other way. A tight matchup going down the stretch, anybody's game with a little over a minute left to play.
Rice dumps it off. The slam! Fouling Renew!
Whoa! Sometimes you just got to rise up, young fella.
4-point Indiana lead. Ziegler. Yeah. Almost. It'll still be Tennessee basketball. How did that not go in for Zakai Ziegler?
Wow. That thing did everything but go down and tickle the twine at the bottom of the net there. But what a great drive and dish. And Renew rising up over 3. Wow, really unfortunate if you're a Tennessee fan that shot didn't go down. But right now, you got 39 seconds left. So if you're Tennessee and you're Coach Barnes, you want to get something up fairly quick, right? Because you can't afford to let Indiana have that last possession, and you're going to have to foul them either way.
So you need something quick, go into the basket, or get a three to try to extend this game as far as you can.
Cherokee exhibition matchup against Indiana. Last year, Tennessee won 89-88 over 4th-ranked Michigan State on the road. It helped propel the Vols to an Elite 8 season and an SEC championship. And for Mike Woodson, he's learned a lot about his Hoosiers today.
He's learned a lot about his Hoosiers today. And Indiana, I got news for you. You're going to fall in love with this basketball team, because if they play with this toughness and tenacity, they're going to win a lot of basketball games.
Two timeouts left for both the Volunteers and the Hoosiers, both teams in the bonus. Session era favors Tennessee as well as we get ready for these critical 39 seconds in Knoxville.
Yeah, Tennessee, unfortunately, you know, you look at the time in which you have scored your last basket, so now you're over 3 minutes again. So you've got extended periods here in the second half where Tennessee has really stumbled to put the ball in the basket, and that's really hurt, leading to Indiana on the other end getting hotter and hotter and pulling away here towards the end.
Kai Ziegler, 2 for 9 from the floor and three-point land. Marballo in his IU debut, 6 points, 11 rebounds. Tennessee basketball down by 4, 39 seconds to play. Ziegler attacks, draws the foul.
Yeah, that's what you needed. You needed to get the shot up relatively quick to give yourself a chance to get that ball back.
Third foul on Miles Rice. Ziegler 5 of 6 to the line today. Got the first.
Yeah, really needed that one.
Ziegler 2 for 2 at the line, and now it's a 2-point game.
Yeah, Indiana is going to get their best free throw shooters in the game. Should it come down to a foul? Now, if you're Coach Woodson, you want to take your time here. You know, stay away from the turnover. You got your best ball handlers out there to take care of the basketball and try to soft this thing away.
Full court pressure by Tennessee. Foul call. Tennessee fans can't believe it on Meshack.
Looking at the replay here. Yeah, definitely the right call. That is definitely the right call. Hooked him coming around the corner.
Miles Rice, welcome to Indiana basketball. What a debut. Transfer from Washington State already with 18 points. He has not missed at the line. And that continues.
He just stroked it with confidence, right? You know, some guys, you can tell when they step to the line, they haven't been there before, but this is a seasoned veteran who's been through the rigors, he's been through the wars, and this is not phasing him at all.
Leaves that short. Milicic the rebound. It is still a one-possession game. Now a second difference in between the game clock and the shot clock.
Yeah, the longer you go, Tennessee, you're going to need to put up a three.
Off the back iron. Rice the rebound for Indiana. Rice fouled with 10.4 seconds remaining.
Yeah, if you're Zakai Ziegler, you don't need to shoot that three. That's a highly contested three-pointer there. Reverse the ball, try to get something else in rhythm. That's a tough, tough look.
Malik Renew, leading scorer with 21 points for IU. Into Milicic. Stolen away by Malik Renew. The Hoosiers will win in Knoxville. Indiana comes to Tennessee for this charity exhibition and picks up a 66-62 win.
Very well-played matchup from both teams. Both teams have a lot to look at on tape, and that's what you want, Roger. You want to just get something on tape, not playing your own colored jersey in practice. So kudos to Indiana for coming in here in a tough environment on a Sunday afternoon and walking away from Rocky Top with a W.
Mike Woodson's team picking up the win here in Knoxville thanks to a brilliant second half, outscoring the Vols by 5. Entertaining matchup, again a charity exhibition benefiting the McClendon Foundation. We saw a thriller between the Volunteers and the Indiana Hoosiers. For Steve Hamer and our entire crew, along with Sarah Detweiler, our reporter, I'm Roger Hoover saying thanks for watching from Knoxville.
In a variety of ways, and they can win big in a variety of ways. I'm going to update the stat that I love there. Outscoring opponents 87-0 in the first quarter.
Incredible. And
101-20 in the fourth. So they start fast and they finish strong, which is a sign of a well-coached team. And I loved what Yogi Roth had to say at the beginning of the broadcast today. You don't have to Google Curt Cignetti anymore. Everybody knows that man's name because Bloomington is the center of the college football universe, at least feels like right now. I mean, I guess the Oregon Ducks would have something to say about that. But it is exciting to see how that is all coming together. Speaking of the Ducks, let's take you through a top 20 showdown in Eugene. The Illini looking for its 4th win over a ranked team this season. They beat Michigan last week, and they are in the top 25. Oregon playing as the number